And welcome back to the channel. This is Thomas Goes Nostalgic, and on this episode we're going to be building a galaxy diorama for our cosmic Marvel Legends. And once again, welcome back to Thomas Goes Nostalgic. If you can leave a like and hit subscribe before we get started, that would be amazing and help me out a lot. Okay, so I have a lot of cosmic Marvel Legend characters that I would like to display. They don't quite look right if you display them on a street scene, so we're going to be building a display for them that would put them inside the galaxy. Now, I built a galaxy diorama before with my What If galaxy diorama, if you check out one of my previous episodes. But we're going to just go through what inspired me to make this diorama and just show you a few of the steps. This is super easy, something that anyone can do. So if it's something that you're looking to do and just want to try just to add some flavor to your dioramas and your displays, this would be a great idea. So let's get a closer look at some of these figures. So as you can see, I have a variety of some of the cosmic Marvel Legends. So from Thor villains, Beta Ray Bill, and you have Adam Warlock, some Skrull, and I love some of these villains and Nova. I like these villains because they remind me of the little group team up from Secret Wars. Dr. Doom, then you gotta have Fantastic Four and the Silver Surfer. Thanos and Doom, that's the Doom from the newer Secret Wars, and Cosmic Ghost Rider. So as you can see, they really don't look right on this building, so I think that they need their own display so that they can be featured outside in space. Now, I bought this shelf at Lowe's. I measured the dimensions so that I knew the size of my diorama, and I mounted it to the wall. So these are perfect shelves. They can't hold a lot of weight, but for what I'm using it for, it'll be perfect. So we'll go ahead and start looking at some inspiration. So with the HasLab Galactus coming out, I really wanted to keep trying this galaxy pattern for my dioramas, because when it does come out and I do receive it, as I was one of the backers, I want to make sure that I've perfected it a little bit. So if I get some cool ideas while I'm making some other galaxy dioramas, it's really just getting for this Galactus. So my workshop is basically my garage, and it does get a little messy in between projects, but when I was done making some of the dioramas, I just grabbed a few of these scrap pieces and started carving into the foam. And basically I measured the base out to be the size of the shelf, and then a backdrop, which would just be a smooth piece of foam that I would then paint a mural on. So I took a wood burning tool just to rough up some of the edges to make it look like rock. Then I took a piece of aluminum foil, rolling it over the surface just to give it some texture. And I left that backdrop smooth so I can paint the mural. After magnetizing, one of the first things I always do is prime with black acrylic paint and Mod Podge. So I went ahead and did that and let it dry. And after the primer dried, I took it outside and gave it a nice smooth coat of gray spray paint. At this point in the process, the gray spray paint was still looking too clean, so I definitely was going to have to dirty it up with a black wash right after this was done. I spray painted the backdrop of blue and purple, thinking that this would create that galaxy effect I wanted, but at this time I really didn't know how to create that galaxy effect, and I'm definitely not a painter. But I went ahead and watched some videos on YouTube just to show myself and teach myself how to paint a galaxy pattern. And believe it or not, it was pretty easy. So I didn't film when actually doing the backdrop for this one, but I've used this footage in my What If galaxy diorama. And basically you're just dabbing paint on with a kitchen sponge and lightly blending in all of the colors. So you put whatever colors you want on. So in this particular diorama that we're building right now, I used a lot of blues, purples, and pinks, and you can see in this video when I was using a bunch of different colors, I'm really just trying to blend the colors in as best as possible. So when it came time to doing this diorama, like I said, I used a lot of those blue, pinks, and purples, and it really came out great for the first time that I did this sponge painting effect. After I painted it, I took a white paintbrush and just sprinkled some white specks on it. This way it would give it the illusion of stars, and if you see the white paint in the middle, that's supposed to give the illusion of some sort of vortex. Once the mural was done, I went ahead and did a black wash on all of the rocks just to make it not look so uniform with that gray spray paint, and it definitely added a lot more texture to the base of the diorama. I really love using black washes or any wash. It really just adds so much more to your paintings. So don't be afraid to use those washes. It really does a lot to your diorama. Okay, so before we get all the characters onto this diorama and onto the shelf, I figured I'd sneak in a little unboxing. So here are these Skrull army builders that Marvel Legends gave us. And I must say I've been waiting to open these just for this video. And I really wanted to just show their packaging because I know that's a lot of the controversy right now with the no plastic packaging. But, you know, I talked about in the last episode with the Pudgy Pig boxing, you know, really with these figures, maybe if there's a way that Hasbro would only do direct to consumer where you can click on an option where it said, you know, environmentally friendly packaging, that they would have an allotment that would just be for those collectors that they already know they want to take it out of the package, and I really don't care what the package is as long as what's inside is protected and not tampered with. So that might be the future. Hopefully they figure it out, but in the meantime, let's get these Skrull open. Okay, so here are the Army Builder Skrulls. I love these figures, pretty basic, but that's all you need for an army builder. They each came with a small blaster and a large blaster and 2 expressions. They came with the gritting teeth expression and the closed mouth expression, so I figured I'd mix match. I gave the smaller pistol to one of the figures so he can have dueling pistols, and I just put one of the larger rifles in with the Skrull that has his teeth grit. So these are awesome. I can't wait to get them next to the Fantastic Four with the Super Skrull. Let's see how they look with that Super Skrull mouth. All right, so all the Skrulls are together that I have, the 2 army builders and the Super Skrull. After that unboxing, let's get all these figures onto the display and see how it looks. Folks, that does it for this episode. If you enjoyed this content, please leave a like, a share, and subscribe, and ring that bell so that you get notifications of when I post my next episode. Until then, we'll catch you next time.